Hallelujah. The season is back. We are only days away. We're recording this on, what is it today? Thursday, the 20th of August. I'm joined in our new revamped studio. Wee bit different in-house crowd tonight. I'm joined here by Killian, the football genius, fresh from his latest results on the A-level track, showing that he's not just a genius when it comes to football. So congratulations, Killian, first of all, off the bat.
Thank you, and to all the viewers who've been looking out for me, I'd be all over the media reporting all sorts of sports in the last few years.
That's right. So tell us why, though.
Because I'm starting a journalism course in university now next month after some brilliant grades in my A-levels.
Happy days. And listen, we're also joined by the madman. He's joined us remotely tonight. Madman Martial, how's it going? Can you hear us?
Going well, man. It's going well. What's the crack? Season is about to start. It's Judgment Day for the board.
Yeah. It seems like it's been a long, long time. And listen, lads, I was just looking there. So we are the second game of the season. So Arsenal play kick-off on Friday nights. Who's it they're playing, Kelly?
Coventry City.
Coventry City. So recently promoted team. And then we are up again on the first kickoff on 12:30, is it? Yeah, 12:30 away to Hull City. So another promotion team. Before we get into talking about that game, Gags, I have a question for you. I'm going to give you 60 seconds, no more. I want you to tell me now, right, your hopes, your dreams, your fears, and your expectations of this upcoming season. Okay, so hopes, fears, and your expectation. Go.
Well, I hope we play entertaining football. I hope we start controlling games and we start playing the way we expect Man Utd to play, and we get results. Fears are it's going to be patchy, and we're going to be beset with injuries, especially in defence. Expectations are, look, Champions League. Let's stay in the Champions League, and let's hope we actually progress in the Champions League to at least the knockout phases. First year for Michael Carrick in the Champions League and things. We have to back the manager. So yeah, that's my expectations, that we have a top 4 finish and we have a decent run in the Champions League this year, and hopefully we'll get over to the Champions League game as well. So bring back the Champions League nights.
Very good. Okay, Genius, over to you. Again, you've got a minute. Your hopes, your fears, and your expectations.
All right, to go.
Yeah.
Right. So my hopes are the expectations. Like, what I'm hoping for and what I'm expecting from this season is we finish top 4 again, so we retain Champions League football. Again, we have a good run in the Champions League. I'd also really love to see us go far in either one of the domestic cups. I think maybe going far in both could be a bit of a stretch, but if we go far in at least one of them, make at least a semi-final, I'd be happy with that too. And then also playing entertaining football, and really showcasing that we're improving even from last season as well, that this squad is capable of, handling the heavy workload compared to last year. I'm hoping too that some of our new signings can revolutionise, especially our midfield too. So in terms of fears then, my fears are that we're going to continue to be inconsistent, that the lack of transfer activity is going to hurt us a lot, as it always does, and we're going to slip back down in the Europa League spots. We're not going to make good use of our time in the Champions League either, and we might slip up domestically like we did last season too. So that'd be my fears. And the fears, of course, would be that Carrick would prove himself not to be the man for the job. But my hopes and expectations are that everything goes well, that we retain Champions League football and have a good run in some of the cups too.
Okay. Right, okay, so I'm going to give my tuppence pets. I'd say my hope is that, I'm going to start the season with hope, okay? I'm going to hope for top 4 finish, pushing to get closer to second. I want to see us go, hoping that we're going to go through to the later rounds, get to the next round of Champions League, progress to that, and then hopefully get through and win a cup this year. Don't care what it is. I think winning's important. I also hope for entertainment football. That's all my hopes. Fears are that we still haven't got enough cover in defence feel like we'll get some injuries and the games could rack up very, very quickly. I could see that starting. That's my fear at the start of the season. And then like the transfer window closes in 2 weeks. I think I'm not sure about the whole transfer this summer. So I've got my hopes, my expectations, my fears. Injuries are my biggest fear. But again, let's see what happens. I have to be optimistic. So that kicks us off.
Can I
Yeah.
just say, actually, thinking a bit more about it, one of my other, I suppose you could put it under hope and expectation, is to finally give some of our rising young stars a bit of game time. The likes of Shea Lacey in particular. I'd like Shea Lacey to be in the squad this year and to be getting like 10, 20 minutes every 2 to 3 games. I want to see that kid develop. I think there's something really there. And I think it's important that we actually start giving these youngsters a chance, basically. So I think it's been too
Killian,
long.
you had a false start, did you?
No, I'm just completely agreeing with him there. And even like Tynan Thompson as well. We brought him in from Spurs, and I've actually heard apparently Tynan Thompson might be a similar player to Aidan Hammond in that he won't play an awful lot, but he'll be involved more so in the first team squad compared to youth teams. So I think as the season is going on, we can see a lot more of Thompson as well. But Lacey, I think, is the top priority in terms of young players. There's a lot of maybe young players in there who are decent, but like Lisa Lacey are just brilliant, and hopefully Thompson proves to be that as well. Those two players, and specific, of course, I think need to be in and around the first team and playing every now and again.
So
And also my hopes before the transfer window ended, not so much in who we're going to get, is I hope that Marcus Rashford finds a new club.
Yeah. Well, let me talk about Rashford here.
okay, let's get straight into it.
Obviously, well, if there was an offer there to sell him, I would 100% sell him. I mean, put it this way: if Arsenal offered us Lewis Skelly and they wanted Rashford, I probably would accept that. But at the same time, it doesn't look like we're going for a forward. And as much as I do not want Rashford at the club, if we're not going to go for a forward, then we may as well just make use of Rashford. Just for this season to get his stock up a wee bit and maybe try to sell him on next summer. That's my plan really. Because I can't see a signing going in for another forward. We need to get the Baleba deal over the line, and then our next priority seems to be left back. We're trying with Lewis Holston. We're sort of looking at Lewis Skelly. We're even looking at Balde from Barcelona too. So it's Hacker signing this summer anyway isn't too realistic. So honestly, like at this stage, I'm happy enough to keep Rashford around as a squad player, to see how he does. I mean, we need all the bodies we can get this season, really. So keep him around. I'm sure he can chip him with Eagles here and there, and let's try to get a stock up this season. And once the right player comes up available in the market, we sell him and we go in for him.
All right, so I'm just looking up here. So all the transfer in. So I'll name through what the information is, and then we can kind of chat about it. So transfers in this summer: Andre Santos from Chelsea, 48 million plus 2 million in add-ons. Carl Darlow, free transfer. Don't know who he is. Do you know anything?
Leeds
No.
keeper.
Carl he's been around for years. He's been at Newcastle and Leeds. And he was pretty good last year, Leeds, actually. I think he's a big upgrading by Ender.
Goalie.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yuri Tielemans from Austin Villa, 35 million. Then Tynan Thompson, who you've just been talking about, from Spurs, 4 million plus 4 million add-ons. Kit Markets.
I think these next two you've got up here for the youth academy.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll not go through those ones then. So outs, right? This is interesting. United transfers out Andre Onana, thank God, way back to
On loan.
what do you call? I on loan, yeah, obviously. So Highland is away, 38 million.
Yeah.
Kone away on loan, and then Fredrickson, Harrison, and then Barandier again, all loans pretty much. Okay, nothing really much else. There are a few other ones, and then out of contract Casemiro, Malacia, and Jadon Sancho. A few other ones are out of the squad. So obviously then Marcus Rashford, as you said, has returned. I was thinking about this before we came on tonight, and I think that there's a part of me is not happy about the season, summer transfer we've just had, but what I do like is that the midfield, we have bodies. I just don't know. I mean, Tielemans is a Premier League proven player. So we'll see what the other ones bring. There's potential. There's definitely potential, and there's definitely got numbers there. And there's a part of me is kind of thinking, well, maybe expectations are key here because I would have loved to have seen big name signings and things like this here. But I suppose there's something to be said that if the United, whether we agree with it or not, if their plan is to get the wage bill down and to run, and maybe they are looking 5 years time. And I know as fans we don't want to see that. We want to see success now. It does seem like they are sticking to their plan, whether we agree with it or not, and there's something to be said for that. What are your thoughts on that, Garrix?
Right? Oh yeah, that's great. So the club are sticking to their plan to be a mid-table team. Bravo. Are we meant to applaud that? Bravo. So we are now stingy. We want to cut the wage bill. We don't want to spend big money. Are we meant to be happy about that? Are we not Man United? What a load of crap. What a load of crap. Look at Spurs. Spurs nearly got relegated. They have
Yeah.
no European football and they're spending north well over 200 million. They're still going. Yet our
Honestly,
club are like saying, don't really have much money. It's bullshit.
yeah, let me chip in here. You said 200 million there, Spurs and Tonali and Mateus Fernandes. I'm just saying there now, it's looking very likely. And 100 million double signing of Sabinho and Marmoush from City as well for Spurs. And
I've
then
heard that. Yeah.
when you look at the teams who are in the Champions League with us, like Arsenal obviously maybe are going in for another, trying to maybe work a big attacker. And they've already got Bruno Guimaraes in. Liverpool haven't done an awful lot, but they've brought in like Ronald Araujo, Victor Munoz. They're still trying to work Bradley Barcola too. City brought in Anderson. They're trying to work Buati, who was very good at the World Cup. And then even Villa, like they brought in Manzambi, who was brilliant at the World Cup too. I think Suzuki's a brilliant keeper as well. They've actually brought Wan-Bissaka in as well.
Who broke? Hold on a second.
Aston Villa.
Oh, okay.
And then even when you look at Chelsea, like Chelsea obviously are Chelsea. They've got a brilliant squad. Spurs are spanning big too. Like I think this transfer strategy worked last season, but even then we weren't as stingy last season because we actually went out and we signed proper players. Like Cunha is a proper player, and Boom is a proper player. Lamens and Sesko, two players with great potential, and both of whom have started brilliantly. I just think overall we've really been far too stingy this summer. And I mean, watching the last preseason friendly against AC Milan, actually, well, I didn't see it live, but I saw the highlights, and clearly, the left back and the defensive midfield row are both in desperate need of improvement. I think Tatum was makeshift in defensive midfield, and he was found out. And it's not fair on him because he shouldn't be. He wasn't bought to play in that role. He's bought to be a tactical number 8 midfielder, not in number 6. He's not fit enough to be that number 6 player. And then you've got Luke Shaw still. Luke Shaw totally out of depth as well. And then I'll say this too, actually. We're too quick to sell on a lot of young players too, because like Luke Shaw put in a disaster class. He was turned inside out against AC Milan. Meanwhile, we're trying to sell Harry Amos for a measly 6 million. When we went, of course, to Croke Park to see Leeds and against United, of course, and Harry Amos was excellent, I thought. And we're trying to get 6 million for him when he could easily be starting. And in my opinion, should be starting on Saturday too. So overall, I'm not happy with the club. And I think we need to act like a big club. I get all this plan for the future stuff, but if we're in the Champions League, we need to retain our Champions League football. We need big signings. I mean, look at some of the past transfer windows when we've made Champions League football. Like Jose Mourinho got second place with United. His next transfer window, we signed Fred and Dallo. And then even Ten Hag got his Champions League football. And we brought in Onana, we brought in Højlund, Amrabat. We brought in some players for big fees, but there were big risks as well, and probably players who weren't worth the fees as well. So there seems to be a good trend there. Whenever we do qualify for the Champions League, we just stagnate, we can't be bothered, and as a result, that's why we keep dropping down and never retaining it.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Amas thing. They're trying to get rid of him for 6 million. That seems a bit low.
The rumours have died down a bit, but it wouldn't surprise me if it still happened. But I think it's quality.
They put it out that if somebody wanted it over 6 million, it was a done deal.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Seems very low.
And he's worth so much more. He's worth so much more than 6 million. He's worth at least 15, 20 million. He's a quality left back.
What is
It's pathetic. The club are still, they haven't changed. The board, the club, it's just pathetic. people say they're not football people, they're business people, but they might be football people, but they're damn well not business people either.
Well, do you know what? I do think though that it is, it's the start of the season. I think the pre-season games, frankly, the use of father head code, it bored the arse off me. Every single game I saw, I was, so I don't think we can judge it on those games. But I think that it'll be interesting to see how we start. And again,
But my worry is we have played 6 preseason games. Chesko hasn't
Yeah.
featured once. He's been
it is a
injured.
worry. Yeah.
He was injured about was it about 3 or 4 weeks before the end of the season? This is a long injury. He is our only striker.
No, it doesn't make
He's not
sense.
fit.
And I'll tell you, again, the midfielders worry me. I mean, we were talking about signing Carlos Baleba, but he's injured until the end of September, apparently. And again, we can't wait that long.
The points at the start of the season matter as much as the points at the end of the season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can't wait that long because Santos can maybe be makeshift in there, but then again, he's not he's not a 6. Neither's Tielemans. They're both sort of more number 8s, and the same can be said for Menu as well. Like we needed somebody in. We needed to look for someone bigger than Baleba too, because I mean I think Baleba's got brilliant potential, and I think he's a brilliant player too. But the past season, he's not been in great form. Probably I was thinking it'd be the right time to sign him, but we'll see what happens.
I hate the idea of signing an injured player, and I know that you could have an injury, and but I think especially at the start of the season, it's just not a good look. And it is a major concern about the Shesko thing. And you see him in training, you see the photos and videos and stuff, and he looks fine. So why is he not playing?
Yeah, I'll tell you as well. Like in the pre-season, especially when we were in Crew Park against Leeds. Now Xerxes started the game well. He was sort of deeper, but he was making good runs. He was picking up good positions. He got a goal for himself too, and he was looking good, Xerxes. But you could definitely tell that's not a striker playing. That's more of a false nine playing. And then it got even worse when Xerxes came off, and we just did nothing going forward in that second half, heading towards the Davening. Did absolutely nothing, and it's because there's nobody in there. We're trying Cunha false nine. People are saying Bruno striker. I don't think that works either. Bruno false nine doesn't work. Nothing works. We needed a proper striker, and Danny Welbeck was in the market, and we let him go to Chelsea. And watching now this season, he will be a brilliant sort of backup striker for Chelsea. And now we're seeing Ollie Watkins possibly go to Saudi as well. That's the new rumours coming out too. So again, we're not we're focusing on midfield, but we're only half focusing on that, and we're not focusing on other issues such as the fact that we need another striker and we need a proper left back too.
Well, I suppose we have said now, well, I don't know, fair enough, we only had a last season on this here, but we've been saying it long before we started doing this. We have been saying for a number of years now that we needed a new midfield, and, whether it's the right midfield, there's definitely a new midfield, and, I suppose I don't really know much about Baleba, but I was listening to a lot of the pundits talking about him, and I think it was Danny, what do you call the guy who used to play for
Danny Murphy.
Danny Murphy. He gave him a very good pitch of what he can do, and he talked a lot about the engine of him and the physicality of him, and that is exciting to hear, because again, I haven't seen much of him, so, and what I saw last year wasn't obviously impressive. We had a bad year, but that can happen. So we'll see what happens with that again.
But even that comment, that can happen. What do you mean that can happen?
Well,
you have a bad year. That can happen.
Yeah, but there was a change around his manager. There was a change around his manager and stuff like that there. And
people are saying he more or less spat the dummy out because he didn't get the move to United. But that's
be
not
perfect
exactly
with us,
a good thing either.
No, I don't like that. But that would be the type of player that we'd go for,
What I will say is, right, Santos, Baleba, if we get him, we don't have him yet. Santos, Baleba, and Tielemans, right? They're not quite the signings I would want, right? But if they're fit, I think they'll give us, I don't know about Tielemans, but the other two will give us legs. And that's one thing we didn't have last year with the likes of Casemiro. We didn't have legs. So, look, we'll see what happens. I would prefer Baleba wasn't injured, You know, you kind of want your new signings to be becoming fit. But you know, if they give us legs and they actually look, it's potential, but it's a risk. It's not the signings I would have gone for. But you know, potentially it could give us legs in midfield, and then you've got the legs of Bruno a bit more advanced, and the Cunhas and the Mbumos and the Ahmads. You know, so
We've talked plenty before about Rashford, and we all kind of say we don't want him back. And you know, my opinion hasn't changed in that. I just can't stand seeing him because not because anything I saw the player down tools and not try. That's what I can't accept. Just can't accept that. I know what you're saying, Killian, about is he better than having nobody? I mean,
I think he is, no, because he still does have quality. He still can be a quality player, and we're going to need all the players we can get in such a busy season. So if we're not going to go, I mean, we're not going to go for attackers. So we're better off keeping them than selling them and not signing their replacement. Like, put it that way.
Guys, what's your thoughts?
I don't
Not that we have a choice.
I don't want him. I don't want him anywhere near the club. I mean, it gets worse. Did you see his tweet last night from the overlap? Did you not see that? There was a clip came up of the overlap, and Jimmy Carragher started going on about, "Oh, we're talking about Rashford again already. For fuck's sake, we're talking about Rashford. Just let him play." Right? He tweeted and said, "Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, let me just put my head down and play." And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, shut up. Why are you tweeting? Just do it.
It's the modern way, bro.
See that media circus? I want no part of it. I want no part. I don't want him in my club.
Yeah.
He's burnt his bridges.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a choice.
I don't care. See if he comes on Saturday and scores a hat trick.
He'll be here next week. He'll be like, oh, he's fucking brilliant.
No.
Listen, I'm not going to be so bold as to say that if Rashford started putting the ball in the back of the net, I wouldn't welcome it. You know what I mean? Listen, I'd rather have him in scoring goals than on the outside. You know, but
he's
again,
not going to be scoring goals.
I wish it says a lot. It says a lot that Barcelona wouldn't have paid 26 million for him. Like.
Yeah, I mean, they'd rather spend near 70 million for Gordon than 26 for him.
Yeah, there's something there. I mean, that says a lot. I think that says a lot. But
I still think he'll be gone before the transfer window ends.
I still think that Xerxes going, but he doesn't seem to be ever going. Like, it's always seems like we've been talking for the last year about Xerxes going.
God love Xerxes. God love him. I like him. I think he is a quality player. I think he's skillful and he can finish. He can score a goal. He said himself, "I'm not a striker." He's not a striker, right? He's just not suited for the Premier League. I don't think he's good enough for the Premier League.
He took his goal well in Croke Park.
Yeah, it was brilliant goal.
And he had lots of great touches in Crook Park.
Mm-hmm.
He's a skillful player.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't like to see him go out and not replace him, because again, we're going to play in a lot of these, you know, these tournaments and competitions.
I think a big thing for us going forward, and something that I'll be looking forward to seeing too, is Patrick Dorgu obviously back. Obviously, like I don't think I think he's played like a competitive match since he got injured back in January. And I can remember when he got injured, he was on the form of his life, and he scored the screamer at the Emirates too. Like, so it's big to see him back in the team, but hopefully he can somehow carry that form that he had before his injury, like 6 months ago, on to the start of this season. That'd be brilliant to see as well. But again, he's another option going forward too. He's more of a left winger now than a left back, so you can't really put him a left back. Then again, it makes the attack a bit more competitive, I do suppose, and maybe it keeps Rashford one player away from the start.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And like, you know, Manu should be fresh. I mean, I suppose he was at the World Cup. He was doing all the training, all the traveling. Like,
Manu hasn't big season for him. Hardly any minutes either.
I know, but I would like to see a breakout year for him. I know.
He's not ready. He's barely played.
Who is ready? Who is ready? Like, you know,
he's not ready. And Mason Mount's injured again.
Oh, of course.
We'll start with the midfield on Saturday. It's more than likely going to be Santos, Tielemans and Bruno. Like that's the midfield we've seen in the past. Maybe well, we've seen it against AC Milan anyway. I'm pretty sure. Santos has played quite a lot in pre-season. Even Tielemans is he played a decent bit against PSG and Leeds, and he played quite a lot against Milan too. And then Bruno, obviously, he's probably the same as well. So that definitely will be the midfield three there. But then after that, you've got Manu, who's not really played a lot, and that's pretty much it. Then you're looking at Collier and the Fletchers.
What's the story with Delit? I think he is back training. He's been training.
I think he'll be another month or 6 weeks away.
Was he in Dublin?
He was with the squad now. It's good to see, and like he'll be. I said when he comes back, he'll be a revelation for the backline. Like our backline is looking a bit weak at the minute, but I said once Delit comes back, and we'll really realize like we do have quite a lot of depth there, especially in the centre back department.
Well, based on what we know of the fitness and stuff of players, what is the likelihood of let's start what we think is going to be our strongest 11 to start on Saturday based on what we know. So,
is this my preference or what I think is going to be the starting 11?
Well, let's just talk about what we put out as our starting 11. So, obviously, Le Mans and Nets.
I'll start then. So,
okay, go ahead.
My strongest 11 is sort of preference too, but I do believe my preference would be our strongest 11. I would have Le Mans Nets, obviously. I honestly think Harry Moss is in much better form than Luke Shaw at the minute, so I'd have Amos there left back. A right back, I probably would say Dallo. And two centre backs, like, it's tough. Lisandro Martinez.
Well, hold on. We'll bring it. Who would you go with, Garrix, then, if you're not going to play Dallo? Right back.
Dallo should be on the same train at Rashford zone. Maybe I'm a bit harsh.
But
I don't think
talking about
Dallo's
Saturday.
So,
who's your right back then this Saturday?
I'd probably play Mascherano.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But
all right, so right, I'll jump in if he gives off or anything. Okay, back to so you've got Le Mans, you've got Amas, you got Dalot then centre defence.
So yeah, it is hard to know, but I'd almost I'm going to say Maguire and Euro. Honestly, I thought Euro was he went under the radar against Leeds. I thought he was quite good actually, and I think Maguire does provide quite a lot too. Obviously a lot right in this game too, playing his supporter team as well. Ian Hammond's another shout there. Lisandro Martinez, he came back, played a bit against Milan, but he was looking very leggy. He's only come back from injury from the World Cup final as well. So yeah, I can't see Martinez playing too much of a role. So I think Maguire and Euro, I think that's a good centre back pair to start the season. Then if you look at midfield, the only really like midfield pair you can be going for here is Santos, Tielemans, and Bruno. Not ideal, but it's the only really thing you can say there. And then
so is one of those? Are you putting one of those as a?
I think
sitting defender.
I think Santos is probably best suited for CDN, and had Tielemans the 8, Bruno was a 10, obviously. But we can't have Tielemans as the 6, not at all. And then if you're looking at the front three, again, I can't see Xerxes starting, and Cesc was obviously injured, so you're going to have a makeshift striker in there. You probably have Mbeumo striker. I'd rather Mbeumo striker than a false 9 in there. Put it that way, and then I'd probably, I'd almost start Cunha in the right I'd almost start Cunha and Dorgu in the wings and give Dorgu a go. Ahmad also is there too, obviously. Hasn't done an awful lot in pre-season. He's been all right, but I'd almost give Dorgu a go and see how he gets on here. So Cunha and Dorgu being my wingers.
Gags, any changes there for you?
Yeah, I would agree with a lot of I probably agree with midfield, and I think Dorgu's he's a cert. He has to play. I think Dorgu gives us something special. And Cunha and Mbeumo is a striker. I don't agree with it, but our club has left us in a situation we don't have a striker. It's laughable. We don't have a striker. What I would say is, I was talking with Shay Lacey, I think this year is extremely important. I think Aidan Heaven should be one of our starting centre backs. I think we should stick with him. I think that kid has a real future. I was very impressed with him in Croke Park, and I think he should be playing. And yeah, let him play with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire will teach him so much. I would have him ahead of Euro. Now, I like Euro, don't get me wrong, but I think Aidan Heaven should start, personally. And Houston makes a mistake, keep with him. I think he's the future. And actually, only for the fact that Maguire might be good initially, I'd like maybe after 5, 6, 7 games, I actually think the future for United, Aidan Heaven and Euro as the centre back
Yeah.
pairing. Two young
The,
centre backs. That's us for 8 years. Get them
they
together.
played,
Get them
they
playing.
played, they played together at Croke Park, and they were both very impressive.
What was the I wasn't, obviously you two were at the Crook Park. What was the Crook Park experience like?
Oh, it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Obviously there was the whole solar eclipse too, which added to the aesthetic in a way pre-match. But no, it was good. There was a good buzz around the ground. It was good to see both supporters were mixing well. No real trouble going on either. Hill was looking superb. It was good to see United fans also on the Hill. I thought it was only going to be Leeds fans in the Hill, but it was good to see both fans got a bit of sections in the Hill too.
Was the Hill seated?
It was no standing, which is good, of course. Obviously, prefer to be standing. But yeah, the game as a whole, I thought it'd be a bit more competitive and entertaining in the game. Honestly, the first half was good. The first half was enjoyable. The second half, not so much, which was a shame, especially with the bigger runs coming on then too. But I mean, listen, we want to beat Leeds regardless of how you do it. So even if I have to come in a penalty shootout there, and even if Bruno missed a penalty, I'm still happy enough to beat them. So no, overall, really enjoyed it. Like, it was so surreal seeing them playing Fruit Park as well. Like, seeing photos of like Tielemans and Bruno in front of the Hill, and Bruno and the Hogan stand as well. It's surreal. So it's brilliant overall.
Yeah, it made the pitch look so small.
Yeah, but we were sort of had we had good seats behind the goal, upper tier, and it really did look good. I mean, we didn't feel like we're too far away from the pitch at all, like from our seats. So
Yeah,
no, it was all good.
yeah. And shout out to well, he's an English guy, but he's Northern Irish, or he's playing for Northern Ireland, isn't he? He was born, he's English, is he, the goalie?
Who's this?
Me,
The goalie,
me.
Oh, Dermot May. Yes.
yeah.
He was he brilliant when he came on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ends. Brilliant, and brilliant in the shootout too.
Yeah.
I think his both his parents from
Tyrone,
Ireland.
is it?
He's got some connection to Tyrone,
Yeah.
but his parents are from Limerick and Galway.
Yeah. Fair play. I don't like
Yeah,
that. That's a great stage for pre-season. You know, it looked a really good atmosphere, and just looked a good spectacle too. Like, and it's a good thing. Why don't it come every year?
Exactly.
You know, when you can
'Cause,
sell out 80,000. Look at the went to all the places they went to in Norway and Sweden, and they're half full, and there's
Yeah.
just 20,000, and there's no atmosphere. Why are you not coming here every year?
Exactly. But you know what? I was sort of saying in the road back home quite late. And it's probably I'd almost prefer them to only come every 5 years or so compared to every year, because it makes the occasion more special. You know, if it comes every
5
year,
years?
then well, every few years, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and listen, money will talk.
Maybe every 2 years.
Money will talk, and next year they'll be back to America. That's where the money
Yeah.
is,
But
and
I
wherever
did, I did
goes
find it
next.
interesting. Obviously, United came 2 years ago to the FIFA, and it was Ten Hag messed the Irish fans up. And like a B team basically.
Well, it's
And
more the
on
club
that occasion, Harry
schedule.
Maguire came on
I
and
got
got
booed.
booed. Now
Yeah.
we were at the game, and I totally disagreed with it. I thought it was a disgraceful thing for any fan to do. But it was interesting that Michael Carrick decided, even though he was named in the squad, he decided not to bring Rashford into that game. Because it would have been interesting to hear the reaction from the Irish fans to Marcus Rashford. I'm pretty sure he's going to get booed.
Would you have booed?
Yeah.
He'd
Would
been
you?
out as booing the
Would you
ground.
have booed?
Oh, damn right.
So you disagreed with the United fans booing their own player when it was Maguire, but
I disagreed about them booing Harry Maguire.
okay.
But,
I thought it was just in general the idea of booing
well,
your own
it
player.
sort of is, but the
But
Rash,
make an exception for
the
Rashford.
Rash,
is
the
what you're
Rash
saying.
and the Stance have their own wee category.
He'd have been breaking decibels with how he'd be booing.
Yeah. Well, Hull City. I was saying to Killian before we start recording here, like, how have they done? Because I actually said they're a yo-yo team, aren't they? And he's like, well, they haven't been up in the Premier League for 10 years. I was like, I can't believe that. It doesn't seem that long ago that they were up, but 10 years is quite a long time. Did they win the
But,
championship?
well, I'll talk a bit about Hull here. They came up to the playoffs.
Okay.
They came actually sixth, so it was a last playoff spot.
Right, okay.
Got past Millwall, and then it was a last-minute winner against Middlesbrough and Wembley to get here. I'll be honest though, I'm looking at their squad, and I've struggled. You struggle to find much more squads in Premier League history which are weaker than this whole squad, and they've got about 9 injuries too. Now I'll mention one or two players here. So Lakas is a new Greek goalkeeper they've got. He's a brilliant goalkeeper, he's meant to be. So I watched it for him on Saturday and for the season as a whole. Also, there's a midfielder called Matt Crooks. Unfortunately, we don't have too fond memories of him. Back in 2021, I think it was, or 22, when we played Middlesbrough in the FA Cup, I was there, of course, in Old Trafford. He scored the equaliser in the second half, which led to us losing the penalties too. So you know, fine rightly, he's going to get a goal against us too. But apart from that, like, it's a very average side. They're championship standard. I mean, their main forwards, Ollie McBurney, 30 years old, Scottish striker. He's got some Premier League experience with Sheffield United. He actually has had some good seasons there with Sheffield United too. So maybe watch out for him. He could cause a bit of a nuisance in the box as well. So maybe you'll need strong centre backs like Harry Maguire in there to mark him, especially in set pieces too. But after those three players especially, I don't know a lot about them. And I'll be honest, there's not a lot of quality in there either, I don't think.
Well, hopefully that's not the kiss of death, Killian, and you're right, and I'd say we get a good start to the season.
I'll say this too. It's the type of game that I could see us losing. I don't know. Everything.
Well, that's encouraging.
I don't know.
It's funny, after Killian saying, like, basically saying they're relegation fodder, I was going to say, to quote Star Wars, it's a trap. We're walking into a trap. It's a trap. We're walking into a trap. They're going to be.
Can I say?
Buzzing, like.
Yeah. Can I say two more things here? Just number one. I'll let you finish what you're saying after. Number one, I was going to say, like, the way I was going to, I was saying it was a type of game we would lose. I don't know. It's just everything about the transfer window and Hull being up for it, of course. Being newly promoted side too. I don't know. It just feels like a trap, as you did say. And the second thing I want to say too is the last time we played Hull away from home in the Premier League, it also took place in August. It was a 1-0 win. The winner was scored 10 years ago by Marcus Rashford.
Maybe you'll get the winner this weekend then. Who knows?
What were you going to say?
You may speak now, boy.
I can't remember. I said it's a trap. They will be absolutely going mental, right? And quite frankly, I think we have too many players who aren't ready for the season. I don't think we're ready, and I don't think we have a striker. And so here, predictions. We're doing predictions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I predict.
Yeah.
2-1 to Hull.
2-1.
To Hull.
2-1 to Hull.
Yeah. And I know you said new season. Let's be upbeat. Let's be positive.
Yeah.
Can't help it. Can't help it.
2-1 to Hull. Right, okay. Killian.
Yeah, you know what? For weeks upon weeks upon weeks leading up to this game, I was actually thinking we were going to lose this 2-1 as well. But I was thinking about it earlier again today, and I feel like, everything I've said about United has been pessimistic heading into the season. So I thought, despite me, of course, thinking it's a trap as well, I thought we'd be a bit optimistic. That said 2-1 to United this time. I'm going to say Mbeumo and Bruno will both score a very good first half, make it 2-0. And then I think Hull will get a goal back. It's going to be your man Creeks who'll score against us again, bet you. They'll be knocking on the door for an equaliser, but I think we'll just about survive. It'll not be a great performance base, but I think, we should be able to beat them. We should have enough quality in our side still to beat them. Won't be easy. It should be easy enough, but of course, in our fashion, we won't make it easy. But I think we should be able to get the job done regardless.
I'm going to say completely opposite. I'm going to go 3-0 win. I think we're going to, especially what you've just said, like if what you've said is true, that you've got a team that finished 6th in the Championship, scraped through, one of the worst squads in Premier League history, have 9 injuries. If we can't go out and smoke them on day one, then God help us. So I'm going to say 3-0. I'm excited about the new season. I don't want to be pessimistic. I want to say, listen, this is a great thing about a new season. Start of a new season, you can dream, right? And if we're saying we're going to lose the Hull at the start, then I don't want to be in your head, right? 3-0. I'm saying I don't care who scores. Don't care. Just let's get going. Let's get the season
Let's just get
going.
3 points.
Let's get 3 points on the board. And that's it. That's what it's about. And then we'll get back to Old Trafford, and it'll be the first time, because of the redevelopment of the pitch and all this summer. All the new players won't have played at Old Trafford. Following weekend, it's against Ipswich. Is that right?
Yeah, we've got Hull, Ipswich, and Everton in the first 3 games. We need to be
On
getting 9
paper.
points.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant chance. I think that your man with the haircut's on a 2 streak, so brilliant chance for him. But we'll not talk about
He's still going.
He's still going. But
And more
I
importantly,
don't want to talk about him. He's
No,
such.
I was going to say more importantly, it's not more importantly, after Saturday's game, the next big event.
Really?
the draw, yes.
Champions
The
League
Champions League
draw.
draw is this there next week?
Anyone who's not watching on YouTube and listening to this, Gags just materialised the wee Champions League trophy out of nowhere. It's quite nice, actually, that trims. Do you know what? That would look good. Obviously got this new wee background, but I'm thinking it'd be nice to have a few wee displays. I've got my wee Premier League trophy here, but that wee thing like that would be nice there. If anyone who watching, has any ideas for things we could add in the background there, if they want to send us some gifts or something, it would be good. Put it on.
But anyway,
All right. Well,
let's get the 3 points. I know I'm pessimistic, but we'll be supporting the Reds. I hope we do it. And just a wee bit concerned we're not quite ready. And a lot of that's due to the board and to the Glazers and to Ineos, Glinios. The new season, Glazers out, Ineos out. Do you know what I mean? Just get rid of them. Useless. But they haven't backed Carrick, and we know that. There's still 2 weeks left of the transfer window. I think more things could happen, but we need a left back and we need a striker. We need a striker.
Yeah.
Crazy we don't have one.
It is, but it is what it is, and we are where we are. And listen, lads, it is. Well, let's call it a night there, I think, unless anything else you got on your list, Killian.
No, I am happy.
You're happy enough?
Yeah.
Right, so like I said, early game. So we're going to record our next show. We're going to record it on Saturday evening, maybe, or so. So we'll get it out. The next episode will be out on Sunday. That's the plan. This season we're going to try to get one out. Try to get out the day after the games. So yeah, right. So if you've reached this long in the video, send it to any United fans that you know of who don't yet know about the Irish Red Devils. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and let's see if we can have a good season. But this is the best time of year, guys. Let's go ahead.
We also enjoyed a very good night. Me and Killian, in the presence of Andy Cole and Andy Mitten in the limelight. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's anything interesting that came from it in particular? Or?
Yes, there is. If any of you are familiar with the United We Stand magazine, you see them being sold outside Old Trafford all the time. I think they're sold in some supermarkets like Tesco as well. Keep your eyes peeled for the next publish, which is set to come out before the first home game of the season. It's Ipswich next week, so it's about a week from now. I have wrote an article actually for it.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have. Do you not know about this?
No, I don't. I do not know about it.
I got in touch with Andy Mitten. He's a very nice man, of course. I asked him, could I be able to write an article about United playing at Croke Park and what it meant for Irish United fans? And he said for me to write it out, send it to him. And from the emails I've seen so far, it seems like he's going to put it in, which is brilliant. So, yeah, do of course keep your eyes peeled. It's a monthly publish, so it should be around for quite a while. So you have plenty of time to buy it, of course. But I wrote an article about what it meant for Irish United fans, for United to come to Croke Park, especially even from supporters who also have an interest in Gaelic games too. So, yeah, I think it turned out quite good. And keep your eyes peeled and buy it, have a read of it, sure.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that. That's just news for me. That's pretty cool. Maybe your new journalism career route.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we get Andy Mitten on the show someday.
You could do.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, we're finished there.
Yep.
Right. Let's go, Hull City. You're going to get it on Saturday. We are back. Yep. Manchester United are back, and let's see what we can do.
Can I say this?
Stop me in the end.
Hull City, their famous chant when they're beating someone. They do this here, sort of, and they say you're getting mauled by the Tigers.
Okay.
Let's hope the only mauling will be done by the Red Devils.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first. Hull City, you're going to get it. Manchester are back. Premier League is back. Forget that World Cup rubbish. Forget pre-season. Let's get excited and let's get this done. All right, Gex? Mama Martial, what are you going to say?
Plenty more so.
Sid. Yeah, right, Sid. Yeah, right, Sid.